I'm joined today here with Colleen Young, who's the MLA for Lloydminster. Well, it's been quite a year for you, Colleen. Why don't you just take me through it a little bit?
Well, I guess we had an election, but prior to the election, there were nomination meetings for candidates across the province starting the year before. So even during the spring session of 2023 and 24, we were all busy campaigning and getting out and securing our nominations. And I became the candidate here for Lloydminster once again. So ran in the provincial election that happened here just in October. And so honored and appreciative of the support and the trust and confidence I've received from the constituents of Lloydminster. So thank you to all of them for returning me to be their voice and their advocate in the legislature. But yes, it was a very busy year getting out and traveling throughout the constituency, knocking doors, talking to folks, finding out what issues were within the constituency and garnering their support. So
Yeah, it seems like, yeah, you had quite the year, especially with the election and stuff. What were some of the highlights of 2024?
well, I think our spring session was a very busy session. I mean, the 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 formation of the government at that point in time was, we put forward some, a number of bills and things that we wanted to see happen to support the people of this province, and continued on with those after the election in the fall. But it was a very busy time, and as you know, on May the 17th, at the very last day of session, I was sworn in as the new Minister of Advanced Education and Innovation Saskatchewan. So very busy time of the year for me. It's graduation, convocation time across the province, and I took the opportunity to travel from Estevan, Weyburn, Swift Current, Moose Jaw, Regina, Saskatoon, all the way up to Fond du Lac, La Ronge, to go to as many graduations and convocations of our post-secondary students as I possibly could in the province. So it was a great opportunity for me to see the number of students who are now out there in the workforce and contributing to our society. So that was a very busy time for me as well, getting around and meeting all of the boards and governors of all of the various colleges we have in our province too, which, on a much smaller scale than the universities and our Sask Poly, but a very important part of our labor force here in the province. And it was really great to get out and meet those folks and see what their concerns are, see what things we can do as government to support the growing labor force that is needed in this province. So that was a very good opportunity for me as well as campaigning because an election was coming in October.
And after this election, you were recently you got a new cabinet position. You're the Minister of Energy and Resources. Why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, yes, I think that, just from the going door to door and for throughout all of our constituencies, the Premier recognized that, the people supported a fifth term government again, but at the same time, they wanted to see some change. They wanted to see, a reflection of different parts of the province being supported in different ways. So, yes, I quickly, after 4.5 months of being the post education minister, was made the Minister of Energy and Resources, which has been an interesting and wonderful portfolio. As a matter of fact, I'm very engaged in meeting with a number of industry folks, not only from within our own province, but from out of the province and out of the country. We have industries here that have investors that are supporting big industries in our province, and it's really great to get to know those folks and to understand what we as a government can do to ensure that our economy does stay strong, because we are finding ways to incentivize that investment as well as support it as it moves along in our province.
Alrighty, and yeah, the now that the year is kind of wrapped up a little bit, what are your plans for 2025?
Well, there's lots of work here, even in my own constituency. I know that there's lots of different issues that came up during the campaign that I've already been working with different ministers on addressing. Just recently, in the last week or so, met with the mayor and our Minister of Social Services to try to address some of the homeless and houseless situation we have here in our community, as well as communities within our across our province. It's not just a Lloydminster issue. It's an even bigger issue in some of our other cities. But it is important for here, as well as some of the healthcare issues that continuously seem to come up. We can build facilities, but I think one of the major things, and this is something I learned even as post-ed minister, was ensuring that we are starting to prepare and make sure we have a labor force moving forward. So as we build new facilities, as we renovate hospitals, as we add long-term care facilities, a building is just a building. But unless you have the people and the staffing and the specialists and the doctors and the nurses and the healthcare aides to support those facilities and to be there to care for our citizens, um, we're behind the eight ball on that. So, I mean, that's something that we as a province realize and we are working hard on.
Thanks a lot for taking the time to do this, and you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Oh, well, the same to you, Lane, and to everyone in my constituency, as well as all of their families and friends. Safe travels wherever you're going for Christmas, and all the best to everyone in the new year. Good health, happiness, and prosperity. So, Merry Christmas, everyone.